Hello dear aspirants, welcome to Epitome IAS. So dear students, we will be continuing this UPSC PYQ series, and today's topic would be elections, election commission and RPA Act. RPA Act matlab Representation of People Act, and this would be the part 1 of this particular topic, and it is from Indian Polity. So let us start with the first question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. According to the Constitution of India, a person who is eligible to vote can be made a minister in a state for 6 months even if he or she is not a member of legislature of that particular state. Statement 2. According to the Representation of People Act 1951, a person convicted of a criminal offence and sentenced to imprisonment for 5 years is permanently disqualified from the contesting of election even after his release from the prison. So again, before seeing the explanation, try to answer this particular question yourself. Okay, let me start with the explanation. If you see in the first statement, what they are saying is, according to the Constitution of India, a person who is eligible to vote, he can be made as a minister in the state legislative assembly, even if he is not a member of the state legislative assembly. So first, we'll break this statement into two. First, tell me, what is the age for eligibility to vote? The age is 18 years. Currently, any person who is of 18 years or more than 18 years, he or she is eligible to cast a vote in the elections, right? Earlier it was 21 years, but later it was, reduced to 18 years, okay? So this is first point which you have to, remember here. And the second part of the statement, if you see, this particular person who is eligible for voting can be made as a minister in the state legislative assembly for 6 months even if he is not a member of that particular legislative assembly. So if you see here, to become a member of the state legislative assembly, what is the age? What is the minimum age? The minimum age is 25 years. Okay, so these two things you know. Okay, one is for voting minimum age is 18 years, and for becoming a member of legislative assembly, for becoming a MLA, to become a MLA, member of legislative assembly, what is the minimum age? Minimum age requirement is 25 years. Okay, now in this question, in this statement, what they are saying, any person who is eligible for voting, that is any person of more than 18 years, he is eligible to be appointed as a minister of state legislative assembly. Is that possible? No, it's not possible. Let us say we'll take a person who is of 18 years. So technically his name will be in the electoral roll. He has the eligibility to cast a vote. Okay, so he is eligible to vote. Now they can't appoint this person as a minister of state legislative assembly. Why? Because to become a minister or to become a member of the state legislative assembly, what is the minimum qualification? Minimum eligibility, that is, he should be of at least 25 years. Because here they have given 18 years, they are eligible to, appointed as a minister. No, this is wrong. Okay, so this statement is a wrong statement. Otherwise, if he is actually eligible, if he is more than 25 years, then yes, they can appoint this particular person as a minister of state legislative assembly even if he is not a member of the state legislative assembly, but only for 6 months. Within 6 months, he has to contest the election and he has to become a member of the legislative assembly, or he can be nominated. Okay, but he has to, within 6 months, he has to become a member of the legislative assembly. Same provision is present in parliament also. What happens? Any person, he can be appointed as a minister of the parliament. But within 6 months, only 6-month period he is having. Within 6 months, he have to contest an election, or he, by nomination, he should become the member of the, parliament. Okay. So, but this person cannot be like any person, matlab he is of 18 years. No, that's not possible. For Lok Sabha, how much years is needed? Minimum age 25 years. So in the Lok Sabha also 25 years. In Legislative Assembly also 25 years. So minimum 25 years. And there are many other eligibility. He should be citizen of India. Then there are many other eligibilities. So this should also fulfill. Apart from that, then he can be appointed as a minister. Then within 6 months, he'll be contesting election and becoming a member of that particular house. Okay. Otherwise, this statement is correct. But what is wrong in this statement? The person who is eligible to vote. No, not all person who is eligible to vote can be made a minister. I told you an example. Any person who is of 19 years, 20 years, they are not eligible to become the ministers. Okay. That's the thing. First statement is a wrong statement. Now, if you see in the second statement, what they are saying is, according to the Representation of People Act 1951, a person convicted of a criminal offense, and sentenced to imprisonment for 5 years. Okay, there was a person, okay, he was convicted of a criminal offense and he was convicted for imprisonment for 5 years. Now after this person gets released from the prison, he is permanently disqualified from contesting any election. Is that true? Technically, according to the RPA Act of 1951, so whatever person, okay, whichever person who is imprisoned in a criminal case for more than 2 years, he is, disqualified to contest an election. That is true. But he is not permanently disqualified. Here this word is wrong. Okay, if this word is not in the statement, then it would be a different scene. But here they have given permanently. So permanently makes this statement absolutely a wrong statement. Why? Even after 2 years of imprisonment, we have 5 years of imprisonment, whatever it is, more than 2 years. Okay, it can be more than 2 years, but still within a specified period of time he will be disqualified from contesting an election. But after that specified time period, he is eligible to contest in the election. Okay, so here what they are saying that he will be disqualified permanently. So this is wrong. He is not disqualified permanently. So this statement is a wrong statement. This statement is also a wrong statement. What is the correct answer? Option D, neither 1 nor 2 is the correct answer. Okay. Now let us go to the next question. For an election of Lok Sabha, a nomination paper can be filed by option A, anyone residing in India. Option B, a resident of the constituency from which the election is to be contested. Option C, any citizen of India whose name appears in the electoral roll of a constituency. And option D, any citizen of India. So technically what they are asking in this particular question, to be eligible, for the election of the Lok Sabha, any person, let us say this person want to contest in the election of Lok Sabha. Okay, then what will happen? He will be filing a nomination paper that I want to contest in this particular election. Okay, that is nomination paper. So this person want to contest in the Lok Sabha election. Okay, so for contesting in this Lok Sabha election, what is the eligibility? That's what they are asking. Okay, so here in this question there are many eligibility. Obviously he should be a citizen of India, he should be of 25 years. So there are some eligibility criteria which is given by the Constitution of India. In this question, they are majorly talking about two things. What are that? One is they are talking about the citizenship. Okay, one, either the citizenship is necessary or residency is necessary. What is difference between citizenship and residency? Let us say I am a citizen of India. Already I am a citizen of India and I am residing in India. There might be some other person, okay, who is not a citizen of India. He belongs to some other country, okay, but he is currently residing in India. He is staying in India, okay. So that is residing in India, but he not necessarily have the Indian citizenship. Okay, so this is the basic difference between citizenship and residing in India. Okay, now this is one factor that is given in these options. Then there is another factor, that is the territorial factor. Okay, they are talking about the constituency, whether that particular person belong to that particular constituency or not, in whichever he is contesting. Okay, so these two things are given in these options. So first we will be trying to eliminate which are the non-possible options. Okay, so first thing we know, for contesting in Lok Sabha election, he should be a citizen of India. Okay, in option A and option B, they are telling that anyone residing in India. They are not telling about the citizenship, they are talking about the residency. So any person residing in India, matlab all the people who are staying in India, citizens plus those people who belong to other country who don't have Indian citizenship, they are just staying in India for the time being. So they are all eligible. That's what it means. So these two statements are wrong statement. Why? Because no, not the residents. We actually need the citizens of India, not the residents of India. Okay, so we can eliminate these two options directly. Now go to option C and option D. We have two options here. In option C, they are saying any citizen of India. Yes, citizen of India, that is one eligibility criteria, whose name appears in the electoral roll of a particular constituency. Now tell me, is that a eligibility, whether any person who want to contest in a particular Lok Sabha election, whether his name should be in the electoral roll of that particular constituency? Tell me. The thing is, whenever for Lok Sabha election or for the state legislative election, assembly election, what happens is, these constituencies are there. First of all, tell me what is the constituency. Okay, in simple terms I am telling. Let us say this is India. Let us say this is India. Okay, I am not drawing the India map. Okay, this is India. Consider this is India. Now, let us say there is a election happening for Lok Sabha. Okay, Lok Sabha election is happening. Now, what happens is, these territory of India, whole India will be divided into different constituencies. Okay, let me just divide like this. Okay, they will be divided into different constituency. Okay, this is one constituency, this is another constituency. So they will be demarcating a certain area, small areas, and they will be considering that particular one territorial unit as a constituency. And what happens is, in that particular constituency, let us take one constituency, sorry, let us take this constituency, this is this constituency. Okay, so let us take one constituency. Now what happens, there are many people residing, or many citizens of India residing in this particular constituency. Now what happens, in this particular constituency, they are going to elect a member representing that particular constituency, the people of that particular constituency. There are n number of people living here, right? So they will be choosing only one person, they will be electing only one person to represent that particular constituency. That's how elections will be happening. Many people will be standing in the election, contesting in the election, and ultimately only one person will be elected who gets the maximum number of votes. Okay, and he'll be representing this particular constituency. Okay, you know that. Now what I'm trying to say here is, in this particular option C, what they are saying is, to contest in the Lok Sabha election, this person is contesting in the Lok Sabha election, his name should belong in the electoral roll of this particular constituency. Is it eligibility criteria? Yes. In a way, we can say that whichever person who want to get elected in the Lok Sabha election, he should represent this particular constituency, because he is representing that particular constituency. He should belong to that particular constituency. He can't come from another constituency and say ki I'll be representing this constituency, right? So he should belong to this constituency to represent this constituency. And how will he show that he belongs to that constituency? Let us say this person is eligible for contesting Lok Sabha election. So what would be his age? Minimum 25 years. Minimum 25 years, he is eligible for contesting Lok Sabha election. Now, tell me whether his name will be there in this electoral roll or not. Obviously, it will be there. More than 18 years, they are eligible to get, give vote, cast vote. So, which means this person's name is directly mentioned in the electoral roll of that particular constituency which he already belongs. Okay. So, these are the two criteria. According to this question, there are many criteria. There are many eligibility criteria. Okay, one of that is 25 years. Again, if you go very specifically, logically, here they are mentioning any citizens. No, not any citizens. Not the citizen who is of 18 years, because he is not eligible for Lok Sabha elections, right? So don't go that much deeper. Just see what are the things which are given in the options, and try to eliminate the option, and you will ultimately get the answer. Okay, so see the answer. Let us say you are confused. Okay, let us say you are confused with the option C. Now let us see option D. Then we'll be getting the answer. Okay, so if you see option D, any citizen of India. So now what is problem here? What is the problem here? One is obviously any citizen of India. No, not any citizen of India is not eligible. If he is of 18 years, he is not eligible. If he is of 20 years, not eligible. He is also citizen of India, but he is not eligible. But in both the cases, they have given any citizen of India. So we can't go with this particular logic. We'll go with another logic to eliminate this particular option. What is that another logic? Another logic is any citizen of India, which means this particular person can belong to any other constituency. Let us say this person is contesting an election, but he does not belong to this constituency. He belongs to some other constituency. Just because he is a citizen of India, can he contest in this constituency? No, it's not possible, right? So we can directly eliminate this option. Now any citizen is there in both the options, so we can consider it as it's not that deeper, not that specific. So we can leave it aside, and we can go with the other things which they have given in the option. That is, one is his name should be appearing in the electoral roll. Electoral roll matlab those people who are going to cast their vote, those people who are going to give their vote, that is electoral roll. Okay, their name will be listed in that particular list. Okay, that is electoral roll. Now that is one provision. Another is citizen of India. Both these are enough in this particular question. So option C is the correct answer. Ultimately, if you eliminate the option, you will be getting the option C. Okay, now let us go to the next question. Before that, see here, eligibility criteria for individuals who wish to contest the Lok Sabha election. And as in the question, they are just talking about the citizenship and the name in the electoral roll. So citizenship matlab only the citizens of India can contest in the Lok Sabha election, not the residents of India. Okay, because residents of India not necessarily means they have Indian citizenship. They may belong to some other country. So they are not eligible to contest in the Lok Sabha election. Okay, so that is one. The name in electoral roll. So why this name in electoral roll is important? Whenever there is a person's name is mentioned in the electoral roll, what it means? It means two things. What are they? One is the candidate must be a registered voter. So he is already a registered voter. Okay. Second thing is he belong to that particular constituency. These two things are already, mentioned. He belong to a particular constituency, whichever constituency he is, his name is there. He belong to that particular constituency. Okay. So these two things are, making him eligible to contest election in Lok Sabha. Obviously, not just any person, because if he is of 18 years, maybe he will not be eligible. Obviously, he should be more than 25 years. But here in the question, they are not talking about the age at all. Okay, all the option, if you see, in that case, no other option is at all talking. So we should go for the more appropriate answer. There is no like perfect answer. In that case, we should go for the more appropriate answer instead of wasting your time thinking this and that. Okay, just eliminate the options. You will be getting one answer, one option which is more logical, more appropriate. Okay, then consider the following statements. Statement 1, the Election Commission of India is a 5-member body. You have to tell me whether this statement is a right statement or a wrong statement. Okay, then statement 2, Union Ministry of Home Affairs decides the election schedule for the conduct of general elections and by-elections. Statement 3, Election Commission resolves the disputes relating to the splits and mergers of the recognized political party. Okay, again try to answer this question yourself before seeing the explanation. The explanation will go for the explanation now. The statement 1 says that Election Commission of India is a 5-member body. Is that true? It's a basic fact. This is a wrong statement. Why? Because Election Commission of India is a 3-member body. We have a chief election commissioner and we have 2 other election commissioners. So it is a 3-member body. It is not a 5-member body. So we can eliminate this particular statement. Okay. Now statement 2 says that Union Ministry of Home Affairs is responsible for, is responsible for, election schedule for the elections. So again, this is a wrong statement. Why? Because who will prepare the election schedule? Whose responsibility, whose job is it to prepare the schedule for the elections? It's basic. It's Election Commission of India. It's Election Commission of India. The Ministry of Home Affairs has nothing to do with it. So we can eliminate this option. So once you eliminate this option, option 2 is gone. A, B, C. What is the correct answer? Option D is the correct answer. Okay. So still let us see option, statement 3. Election Commission resolves the disputes relating to splits and mergers of the recognized political party. Yes, there is a split or merger issue happening in the recognized political party. Then yes, the Election Commission of India will be trying to resolve this particular issue. Okay. So this statement is a correct statement. Option D, 3 only is the correct answer. Next question, with reference to Delimitation Commission, consider the following statements. Statement 1, the orders of the Delimitation Commission cannot be challenged in any court of law. Statement 2, when orders of the Delimitation Commission are laid before Lok Sabha and the State Legislative Assembly, they cannot affect any modification in that particular order. Okay. So first of all, tell me what is the function of this Delimitation Commission? Like what is the purpose of this Delimitation Commission? The first purpose is, as we already talked, right, about the constituency. Let us say we have India. The whole of India is divided into different constituencies. Okay. And each constituency, okay, people will be contesting the election. And other people who are living in that constituency, they will be giving vote. They will be selecting or electing only one person from that particular constituency. So each constituency is represented by a person who gets elected by the people of that particular constituency. So technically this elected person is representing that particular constituency. है ना? You know that. Now, who is going to demarcate the area of this, you know, constituency? Now let us say it is a rectangle or a square. We can like measure it and we can put some straight lines and we can divide it easily. है ना? But in case of India, you know, it's like very messier, it's very difficult, and it's a very large area. So how will you like demarcate each constituencies? And it should be nearly equal, okay, each constituency, because it is representing one person, so it should be nearly somewhat equal, right? Each constituency should be somewhat equal, not in the area but in case of a population. So who is going to decide all this? Who is going to demarcate these lines? This is done by delimitation commission. So delimitation commission's main purpose is the drawing of the boundary, demarcating the boundary of each constituency of whole of India. Okay, so that each constituency the election will be happening and each person who get elected from that constituency is representing that particular constituency in the parliament. And this happens similar to the state legislative assembly also. Now what will happen? Each state they'll be dividing into small constituency, and each constituency will be represented by a member of state legislative assembly, MLAs. Okay, so there are two different constituency, one for national level for Lok Sabha election and one for state level, that is your state legislative elections, legislative assemblies election. So who is going to demarcate these constituencies areas? These are demarcated by our delimitation commission. Okay, that is one thing. Now another thing is, tell me how many delimitation commission we have constituted so far. After independence till now we constituted only 4 delimitation commission, and this particular question was asked in 2024 prelims UPSC. Okay, so 4 delimitation commission we have constituted. One in 1951. Obviously in 1951 what happened? The first general elections happened after the independence. So because the first general election is happening, they need the constituencies, right, for the election. So the delimitation commission was set up in 1951. Then second delimitation commission was set up in 1963, and third 1973. Then the last delimitation commission was set up in 2002. So far we constituted only 4 delimitation commission. And when will be the next delimitation commission will be constituted? It will be constituted in 2026. Remember this. It will be constituted in 2026, next delimitation commission. Last delimitation commission, it was constituted in 2002. And another one thing which you have to remember here, that is the delimitation commission, it needs certain data to demarcate the constituencies, right? So what data, which data it is using? It is using the census, data of the census, and especially whichever delimitation commission has been constituted, it will be using the previous census data. For example, the last delimitation constituted in commission was constituted in 2002. You know that. Now this delimitation commission has used the census data of 2001. Okay, and 2026 ka to it will be using 2021 census, and because of COVID it got delayed, but eventually they will be coming up with this particular census also. So this particular delimitation commission which will be constituted in 2026 will be using the data of the census 2021. Okay, which will be conducted sooner. Then so now let us go back to this question. We have talked a lot about delimitation commission. First statement says that the orders of the delimitation commission cannot be challenged in any court of law. Is that true? That is true actually. So whatever the order the delimitation commission is, coming up with, the any court of law, Supreme Court, High Court, any court of law cannot question those orders. Okay, this statement is a correct statement. Now statement 2, when the orders of the delimitation commission are laid before the Lok Sabha or the state legislative assembly, they cannot affect any modification in that particular order. Again, this is also a correct statement. So what happens once this particular delimitation commission is coming up with the order, like after demarcating the constituencies and everything is done, and it will be submitted, it will be laid in front of the either parliament or in the state legislative assembly, whichever constituencies they are demarcating. Now this parliament or the state legislative assembly, they do not have right to modify this order. They cannot change the order. Whatever order the delimitation commission has given, this parliament or the state legislative assembly, it does not have any power to modify that particular order. Okay, so this statement is also correct statement. Both the statements are correct statement. Option C, both 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Okay, so now let us go to the before that, the Delimitation Commission of India is a commission established by the Government of India under the provision of Delimitation Commission Act. So whenever they want to constitute a delimitation commission, they'll simply through this act they'll be constituting a delimitation commission. Okay. Now, what is the purpose? Redrawing of boundary. Like you might be asking, like once they have drawn the constituency, why they are like keep on redrawing it? Why they are like changing it once and again? If you see, once we get independence, the first general election 1951, they constituted a delimitation commission. Now tell me whether the population, the growth of the population density and other factors, let us say, will it be the same? Will each constituencies are going to be in the same ratio which were calculated in 1951? No, right? That's why every 10 years we are taking census. Okay, to because of this change is happening, naturally it's happening, you have to redraw the constituencies to make it fair. Okay, so that it will be every constituency is nearly equal, and then only each constituency is represented by one person. Okay, one elected member, so it will be fair. Otherwise what will happen, let us say one constituency, they are like increasing population like anything, and another constituency the population is like declining. So now this population, let's say both had 100 and 100. Now this increased to 200. This decreased to 50. Now this 50 people and this 200 people, both will be having one representative. Is that fair? No, right? So whatever changes which are happening, it should be taken into account. That's why from time to time they are kind of redrawing the area of this boundaries of this constituencies. Okay, that's the thing. And for what elections you need this? One for Lok Sabha elections and another for state legislative assembly selection. So you might know that only the Lok Sabha and the state legislative assembly, it is the direct representation, territorial representation. Okay, they are directly represented by the constituencies. In case of Rajya Sabha or the state legislative council, they are not direct representative of the territories. Okay, so only Lok Sabha election and the state legislative assembly election, they are directly represented by the territorial representation. Okay, then the present delimitation of constituency, let's say in 2024 this election happened, right? So which constituency, which delimitation commissions determined the constituency for this particular election? We are currently using the 2002's. I told you na, the last delimitation commission was constituted in 2002. So this delimitation commission has, redrawn the constituency, and we are still using that only. Why? Because that is the last delimitation commission, and the next delimitation commission will be constituted in 2026. Okay, so till then we'll be using this only. Okay, it was constituted by the delimitation commission, delimitation act of 2002, and which census, based on which census? Census 2001. Okay, now the commission is an independent body whose orders cannot be challenged in any court of law. Any court of law, they cannot challenge the orders of the commission. And again, when these orders are placed in front of parliament or the state legislature, they does not have the power to modify these orders. Okay, now this is the thing I told you. When will be the next delimitation commission will be constituted? It will be constituted in 2026. And in this year, 2024, they have asked a question in the prelims, that is, how many delimitation commissions have been constituted so far? The answer was 4. And I told you which year: 1951, 1963, 1973, 2002. Next will be 2026. At least remember, next will be 2026. Last was 2002. Okay, at least remember this. Now, next question. Which one among the following commissions was set up in pursuance of a definite provision under an article of the Constitution of India? So simply what they are saying is, which of these following have been constituted by the Constitution of India? In other words, which of these organizations or bodies are constitutional bodies? You will be studying about constitutional bodies, and you will be reading about non-constitutional bodies. Remember? You might be studying this in Indian polity. Now simply they are asking which of these bodies are the constitutional body. Okay. University Grants Commission. No, we have not read this in the constitutional body. National Human Rights Commission. We'll be reading about the National Human Rights Commission. Again, we'll be reading it in the non-constitutional body. So this is also not there. Then we have Election Commission. Yes, this is the correct answer. Election Commission of India is a constitutional body. Okay. Then Central Vigilance Commission. Again, we'll be reading about the Central Vigilance Commission. It is not a constitutional body. Okay. So option C is the correct answer. See here. Article 324 of the Constitution, it directly established the Election Commission of India. Okay, so that's why the answer is Election Commission of India. And what is the major purpose of this Election Commission of India? To oversee and conduct elections in India. This is the major function of the Election Commission of India, and it is a 3-member body. We already read this. What are the members? Chief Election Commissioner, other 2 election commissioners, totally 3 members. Okay. Now, what about University Grants Commission? So, technically University Grants Commission was established by an act of parliament. Okay, by an act. It is a non-constitutional body. Okay, and it is not directly mandated by the Constitution. Now, National Human Rights Commission, again NHRC, you will be reading it in the Indian polity under the non-constitutional body. So this particular commission will be established by a act of parliament. What is this act? National Human Rights Commission Act of 1993. Remember this year also. It's a very important year. Okay. So 1993, what is the act? Protection of Human Rights Act of 1993. This is the act. You have to remember this. And again, it is a legal body. It is a non-constitutional body. Okay. Now, Central Vigilance Commission. Again, Central Vigilance Commission, to eliminate corruption. That's the first main purpose. So, this particular body was established by a executive resolution not by the constitution. It was established by the executive resolution, but later it was given statutory status. How? By act of parliament. When act of parliament will be giving a statutory status, but initially it was established by the executive resolution. It was neither a statutory body nor a constitutional body. Okay, but later it was given the statutory status. So now currently it is a statutory body. Okay, so now this was formed in 1964. Remember the year? Through an executive resolution. Remember this also. It was established through an executive resolution. But later what happened? It was given the statutory status. Okay. Next question. Consider the following task. Superintendence, direction and conduct of free and fair elections. Preparation of electoral rolls for all elections of Parliament, State Legislature, President, Vice President. Giving recognition to political parties. Allotting election symbols to political parties and individuals contesting in the election. Proclamation of final verdict in the case of election disputes. So which of the above are the functions of the Election Commission of India? So you will be reading about the functions of the Election Commission of India, basic functions. The first statement says that superintendence, direction, conduct of free and fair election. Yes, basic. Yes, this is a basic function of the Election Commission of India. One is there. You can eliminate this option. Then 2. Preparation of electoral roll. Again, yes, preparation of electoral roll for which election? Parliament, State Legislature, President, Vice President. So the Election Commission of India, it will be conducting the elections for Parliament, State Legislature, President and Vice President. All 4. Okay, in this you will be reading about the State Legislature also. Parliament, State Legislature. So if they are making a statement like the State Election Commission is responsible for conducting State Legislative Assembly's election, it would be a wrong statement. Why? Who is going to conduct the election of state legislatures? It is the Election Commission of India, not the Election Commission of States. Now tell me then, what are the elections which are conducted by the State Election Commission? The elections of panchayats and municipalities, like the local bodies, that is conducted by the State Election Commission. The Election Commission of India has the power or the duty to conduct election for Parliament, State Legislature, President and Vice President. Okay. State Legislative Assembly, State Election Commission, it has duty to conduct election for panchayats and municipalities, the local bodies. Okay. So this statement is a correct statement. Giving recognition to political parties and allocating the election symbols. Again, yes, basic fact. Election Commission's basic function. This is there. Then proclamation of final verdict in case of election disputes. Again, final verdict. Who will be giving the final verdict? It is the judiciary. It is the judiciary. It is not the, Election Commission. Okay. So this statement is a wrong statement. 4 is wrong. Okay. So what is the correct answer? 4 is gone. 3 is there. 1 is there. 1, 3. Option C. No, wait. 1, 2, 3. Option A is the correct answer. Okay. Option A is the correct answer. Now, under which article of Indian Constitution did the President make reference to the Supreme Court to seek court's opinion on the constitutional validity of the Election Commission's decision on deferring the Gujarat Assembly election in the year 2002? Now you will be asking me, it happened in 2002. How will I know what happened then? So technically, if you see here in this question, no need to know what happened actually in that particular year. Just see the keywords here. Supreme Court, seek the court's opinion, President. Now tell me, when will the President seek the court, Supreme Court's opinion? What is this? Majorly, we have studied about this provision, right, in the Constitution of India. What is this provision? This provision is nothing but advisory jurisdiction. Remember? So this provision is nothing but the advisory jurisdiction. Okay, we have original jurisdiction, we have advisory jurisdiction, we have appellate jurisdiction. We were seeing in this previous classes, right? So one of that is advisory jurisdiction, and under the advisory jurisdiction, the President asks for the opinion of the Supreme Court. Tell me which article it is. Article 143. Okay, Article 143 talks about the advisory jurisdiction. 143. So in this question, they are simply asking that. Okay, the answer is option B, Article 143. Okay, now. Yeah, we have seen this. Then, consider the following statements with reference to India. The chief election commissioners and other election commissioners enjoy equal powers but receive unequal salaries. The chief election commissioner is entitled to same salary as of a judge of Supreme Court. The chief election commissioner shall not be removed from the office except like the manner and the ground as the judge of Supreme Court. Statement 4. The term of office of election commissioner is 5 years, and from the date he assumes his office till the day he attains the age of 62 years, whichever is earlier. Now, basic, like even if you are confused with some of the statements, you should be able to, this is a factual statement. The fourth statement is a very factual statement. You should remember the maximum age. What is should be the age of, retirement for, Supreme Court judge, for a High Court judge. So these things you have to remember. Okay. So here what they have given 5 years, 62 years of age. Technically it is wrong. It is 6 years and 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Okay, so this statement is a wrong statement. Now 4 is gone. 4 is gone. 1, 2 or 2, 3 is there. 2 is there in both the statement. So 2 is going to be a correct statement. Now we'll see only 1 and 3. The chief election commissioner and other election commissioners enjoy equal powers but receive unequal salaries. So technically they don't enjoy equal powers. Why? Because it is a 3-member body. So like whenever, let's say, both the election commissioners other than the chief election commissioner, if they are casting their vote, and let us say this is equal vote, one vote, who will be giving the casting vote? Like who will break the tie? When there is a tie, the chief election commissioner will be giving a casting vote and he will be breaking that tie. That is one power. There are many other powers where the chief election commissioners, he has somewhat higher power compared to the other election commissioners. So they are saying they have equal powers. No, they don't have equal powers. One is gone. Option B is the correct answer. Okay. Now still we'll talk about option 2 and option 3. Option 2, the chief election commissioner. Okay, we saw this, right? The chief election commissioner is entitled to the same salary as in provided to the judge of Supreme Court. So again, yes, this is true. The chief election commissioner, he will be receiving the salary which is equal to the judge of a Supreme Court. This statement is a correct statement. Statement 3, the chief election commissioner shall not be removed from his office except like the manner of Supreme Court judge Again, this particular statement is also correct. Okay, the chief election commissioner, he'll be, whenever there is a removal procedure, the procedure is similar or the same as the removal procedure for the Supreme Court judge. Okay, this statement is also a correct statement. 2 and 3 is the correct answer. Option B. Now, so we have seen this. Next question. In the case of election of Lok Sabha, the amount of security deposited for general category candidates and the SC/ST category candidates respectively. So this question was asked in 2002. So then the answer was C, 10,000 and 5,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees for the general category candidates and 5,000 rupees for the SC/ST candidates. Okay. So the first election, 1951, the first election happened. In the first election, how much rupees it was there? Can you guess? Can you guess? At least tell me how much digits it is going to have. Okay, I'll tell the answer. Answer is rupees 500 and rupees 250. So rupees 500 for the general category and rupees 250 for the SC/ST candidates. Okay, this was there in the first general election after the independence. But currently, tell me currently how much it is there. Currently it is for the general category, it is 25,000 and for the SC/ST it is half of the 25,000. How much it is? 2,500 rupees. Okay, rupees, both are rupees. So you can remember the current deposit, security deposit amount for general category it is 25,000 and for the SC/ST it is 12,500. And you should also remember what is the amount for the first election. It was 500 rupees and 250 rupees. Okay, then let us go to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding the political parties in India. The Representation of People Act 1951 provides for the registration of political parties. Statement 2. Registration of political parties is carried out by the Election Commission. Statement 3. A national level political party is one in which is recognized in 4 or more states. Statement 4. During 1999 a general election, there were 6 national parties and 48 state parties. Again, statement 4, there is, it's not possible that you know this statement, because in 1999 they are asking. Okay, even if you don't know, it's okay, but try to remember how much currently, how much national parties or the state parties are there. Okay, you no need to remember this. Okay, anyway this statement is a correct statement, no need to remember this. So first statement, if you see, the Representation of People Act 1951, it provides for registration of the political parties. Yes, this statement is a correct statement. Okay, registration of political parties carried out by the Election Commission. Again, yes, this is a correct statement. National level party is one which is recognized in 4 or more states. Is that true? Yes, 4 or more states. It's true. This statement is also correct. Answer would be option D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now tell me in the correct comment section, let us see who is going to tell the correct answer. How many national parties are recognized, like national level, how many parties, political parties are recognized currently in 2024, now, right now? Okay, national parties, and you have to also tell me state level parties. How many state level parties recognized state level party, recognized national level party, recognized state level party? You have to tell me this in the comment section. Okay, then. So that's all for today's class. We have done with this thing, and we'll be continuing with the part 2 of this particular topic. So I'll see you in the next class, students. Thank you.